Good morning everyone, welcome back to my Allotment Diaries. My name is Emma, these are my Allotment Diaries, and I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and there's some other ways to follow me down below as well if you fancy taking a look. Isn't it cold? Isn't it cold? I think that's what everyone in the UK right now is saying. Isn't it cold? Last week we had highs of like 21 degrees, this week it's plummeted down to 2, -1, I think it was last night. We were predicted some snow today. It has turned to rain on the weather forecast. I don't know which is worse, to be honest, snow or rain. At least snow will create some kind of insulation coverage over things. Believe it or not, that does happen, I've read. Rain will just soak everything and probably freeze it all overnight, so I don't know what's worse. Right now, who cares? Yeah, it's really felt like a bit of a shock coming back here, but so much exciting stuff because so much stuff is growing, like seriously so much stuff is growing, and I just can't wait to take you out there and show you everything. So let's get out there and let's do a little plot update basically, because it's exciting. It is still, you know, April. It's still April. Wow, we're in April. Come on sun, give us some sun. So obviously this has to be my first point of call when I show you the plot, because I've already shown you them, but my tulips over here have all bloomed and they are blooming gorgeous. Don't ask me the names of them, I don't know. When I buy things like tulips, I just go into Wilko's or somewhere, or B&Q, and I just pick up a few packs of colours I like. So this one here is like a red and a yellow. It's got like red and yellow stripes. There you go, focus, there it is. And then the one that I chose with it is these yellow ones. And basically I bought 2 packs and I just put them all in together because I thought the colours went together. Absolutely stunning, I can't believe that they've all bloomed. Just gorgeous. Usually when I show my tulips I get a lot of questions asking what I do to make them so lovely and beautiful. The answer is nothing. I'm not sure how surprised you'll be to hear that it's nothing. I just whacked the bulbs in October, November time a couple of years ago, and they just keep coming back every year. What I do is when the petals start to die back and look really awful, I snip off the flower head, and then I allow the green foliage to die down itself, and don't touch it until it's completely gone. And the reason I do that is because, well, firstly, what will happen underneath the flower is when the flower starts to die back, you'll get this big sort of bulge at the bottom here, and it's trying to create seeds. So you snip that off basically and get rid of it, because you don't want the plant to be making seeds. And then all the foliage dies down and all the goodness goes into the bulb, feeding the bulb for next year. And then basically they just keep coming back every year. I don't dig them up, I just leave them there. I put a bit of a mulch over them and they just come back. And when they do start to get shabby, I'll just move them. I'll just dig them up and move them somewhere. And that's it, they're that easy. Beautiful though, aren't they? So beautiful. Just to do a really quick kind of comparison, make my channel a bit sciencey, why not? The tulips at the front of the plot, which went in before those ones, about a year before, they are not completely up yet. They're always later for some reason. Starting to come up though, starting to come up, and really beautiful. These are actually my favourite coloured tulips. I've planted 2 different types here, so these sort of rich purple ones come up first. They tend to come up first, and then after that I tend to get these lighter pale pink ones, and they come up just after these ones, and I get a little bit of time when they're both out together, and then they all just die. It's sort of like a really fleeting, like couple of weeks maybe, not even that, where they're both out together and they look so beautiful together, and then both of them die at the same time. And that's what happens every year, and I love them, but you can see they're getting a little bit shabby and they're not quite looking as nice as the other ones down there, so I might have to dig these up maybe this year, maybe next year, I don't know to be honest. But aren't they lovely plants? I love tulips, and I can never pick them, because I just love them too much and I just can't bear to lose any of them, so I just leave them to grow and do their thing and enjoy them here. this is the other thing that I was super excited to show you, because this is my brand new raised bed that I made. I've done a video on that, I'll link it below of how I made this bed. And I sowed some parsnips in here really early in February, I think. They're all starting to come up. I can't flipping believe it. Can you believe it? They're all growing. I did them in 2 rows, and what I did was I put some sticks so I knew where the rows were, and they're all coming up. So let's play spot the parsnip. This is a parsnip. This might be grass, to be honest, but look, here's a parsnip. And then over here, look, there's a load more parsnips. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see in this, but the whole row is coming up. And then the whole row over here is coming up too. And I can't flipping believe it. I can't believe it. What are these things from the tree? Get off. Like weird little caterpillar things. Yeah, look, parsnip. Oh my goodness. There is just no greater feeling than whacking something out in the ground way before you think you really should be whacking it in the ground, and then a few weeks later forgetting about it, and then coming back to it a few weeks later and it's actually growing, and then actually being able to recognise the grass seed compared to the parsnip seed. I don't know why I find this so joyous and so exciting, but I really do. I love this. This is just the best bit of gardening. It's just when the seeds start to sprout. After that, it's basically just a job of maintenance. But this is it. This is the best bit. So, yeah, I'm absolutely chuffed. I really hope that they do grow into something. Hopefully a parsnip, but, you know, even just like a bit taller would be great. Oh, look at these. Oh my god. And my turnips are growing as well, really well. I can't believe that these are growing. I've never grown turnips before, so this is really exciting. In my last vlog I did on the turnips, there was a snail sitting right by them, and I didn't notice that there was a snail, and somebody pointed it out, and anyway, the snail ate half my crop. So I protected him now with this slug pellet stuff, like natural slug pellet stuff, not killer stuff. Yeah, they're doing really good. Look at these, little turnips. These are the natural slug, like wool pellet things, and you basically you water them, and then they don't like crawling over them. But you can see I've got some slug damage on some of them, but the majority of them I think are all right. And I mean, you can't get that many turnips, can you? I'm going to have to thin them at some point. So I think I've probably got enough here to actually have a decent crop of turnips. I really do. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm saying that in April. I think also there's something about the ground that's just been like wet because it's just rained, and then all the greenery just stands out, doesn't it, against the brown, and it's just such a beautiful sight. I could just stare at them all day. What's wrong with me? I could just stare at them all day. I love them. I've actually decided to plant out my second pot of Mange 2, which is my contingency pot. And the reason I have is because I came down this morning and I was just a little bit concerned at the state of the peas. Now, they're not dead per se, but they're not as good as the ones that I've got going at home. And because I've got a comparison, because I'm growing them in a pot at home, I know how healthy they're supposed to look, and these don't really. So, like I said, not dead, but sort of like a bit limp and lifeless. I don't know. Some of them are doing better than others. These are doing quite good. So I definitely need to tie them in soon. So I'll bring my twine with me next time I come. But yeah, I think maybe I could just plant some more as a contingency plan. Might whack 2 in at a time actually. Let's do that. Got double chance of living now. I've doubled my odds by planting 2 in, or maybe I don't know, halved them. I don't know, we'll find out. We'll find out, there we go. Yep. Those that way, they look like they should go. Tie them in. Somebody said, I didn't know peas are supposed to grow horizontally. They're not, they're supposed to grow vertically. I will tie them in. They were just a bit too little at the time when I planted them, and so I didn't have any, I was going to like stretch them over too much, but what I'll do next time is, because they've started to grow now, I will just tie them in and just make sure they don't go flying off. I'm not going to fleece them. It's quite controversial, isn't it? I'm not going to fleece them. I'm going to trust that the peas are strong enough to survive a little bit of cold and a little bit of frost. I like to put a lot of faith in my plants, and if they let me down, they don't hear the end of it, as you know. But I do think peas are quite strong. I think they can survive a little bit of frost. So I'm just going to give them that chance really to prove themselves to me, and hopefully be bigger, stronger plants because of it. Sometimes they've got to go through something, you know. This garlic's doing really well. This is the garlic I got from the seed craft. Really happy. I've never seen garlic so happy at my allotment plot before. I don't think my plot does well with garlic for some reason. Maybe it's too boggy here or something. I really don't know. But it's doing good. Over here I've got my onions and my garlic, which I brought from Wilco's or somewhere like that. And this is doing really good as well actually. It seems okay. I won't pull it out anytime soon, let's just say that. It's all looking really good. Maybe it's because I mulched the bed, and this is a no-dig bed as well. I don't know if you can tell by the soil quality here, but this is a no-dig, and there's no weeds coming through. So okay, other than that one over there, but on the whole, it's very weed-free. I'm really happy with my no-dig beds actually. And in comparison, so this is a no-dig bed here, and this is a dig bed, and you can see all the weeds compared to this, where I've just got little weeds in the corners, obviously where I haven't done the cardboard over to the corners. But yeah, like I don't have much to go on at the moment, but from what I'm seeing, I think no diggity is a go really. I think it's doing good. Yeah, I'm not seeing many weeds on the beds that are no dig. So I'll keep you informed though. And the last thing I wanted to show you today was my pond, because we haven't done a pond update in a while. Some people are asking about my pond. So let's go have a look at the pond. So my wildlife pond was one of the first things that I dug here. It's one of the first things I did when I got my allotment plot, because I had a rental garden and I wasn't allowed a pond, and I really wanted one. It's done really well over the years, but I've got no frogs in it. But it's a really good pond. It's very clear, the water's clear. I've got these water irises coming up now. The plants seem really happy in it, and the whole pond is just such a nice area to like look at. So these are the water irises my neighbours gave me. Last year they didn't do very much, but this year they've really rooted. They're really strong now, and they're really happy, and they're coming up. I'm excited to see those bloom. And then I've got my reeds and things in here, which again are really happy. But look at the clarity of the water. It's really clear now. I need to clear some of this. This has gone a little bit crazy, this plant in here. I don't know what it is, but there's no pondweed yet. And it's all looking very healthy and happy. And these are like little yellow flowers, these will be, and they spread everywhere. Some of this stuff is natural, I haven't planted it, it's just appeared. But I love that. I'm really happy with it actually. And if there are frogs here, they're very good hiders, because I've spent hours staring at this pond and I've not seen one of them. So either they're like camouflaged. I mean, to be honest, I could have been staring right at one, I probably wouldn't even recognise it. So, I don't know, maybe there are frogs. Maybe I'm looking at a frog right now and I just don't know that it's a frog. But anyway, I can't see any bleeding frogs. But I still love my pond, I love it. So there we go, even though it is quite a cold, miserable day, and I'm a bit bummed that the temperature has dropped so significantly in the space of like 3 days, everything's still growing at the plot, and the plot is so looking alive, and it's looking alive with spring, which is really exciting. So, oh, Robin's back. There he is, can you see him? Seen the worms that I've been digging up as I've dug up for the peas, but anyway, yeah, everything's looking alive and springy, and it's just making me feel so happy, even though the weather's gone a bit crap. But the weather will perk up again. Just protect your stuff if it's outside. I'm going to go in the shed, I'm freezing. If you have planted anything outside too early and you're panicking now, just fleece it. Bubble wrap is a really good thing to put around your plants too. Put pots over it, like you know those big bottles, juice bottles and stuff that you cut in half, and you can just put one of those over it and create a mini greenhouse. Just protect it as best you can. When I first started on this plot, I stuck all my dahlias out in March and they all survived. So it is possible to keep things alive. And yeah, just enjoy spring. The weather will change soon and it'll be all lovely again. I hope you enjoyed the vlog today. If you did, leave me a comment below. So I'm a little bit rushed for talking. It's so bloody cold out here. I can't wait to get home and have a cup of tea. So that's what I'm going to do now. And you should do the same. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. And I will see you again on Monday. See you Monday. Bye.